Hi, this is a history of saps, blackjacks, and slungshots. This one here is most unusual. This is a glove. It's filled with sand. It's a sap, but we can't call it a sap glove. That's a different kind of weapon, so just put a pin in that for a future video. My fellow sap collectors rightly thought it was pretty crazy to actually pay money for this thing, but if we're trying to preserve a history of forgotten weapons, it doesn't get much more forgotten than a glove used to batter people. Quick reminder, a sand club is any kind of a flexible container holding sand used as an impact weapon, has ancient, even medieval roots, and this here qualifies, right? Does the job, and somebody came up with kind of a clever disguise here, really, because to look at it now, you'd wonder what this thing is. You probably wouldn't guess weapon if you had no idea. You can see how old this is. It really is old. It's starting to come apart there. It leaks sand every single time I move it around, which is pretty funny. It's barely holding on. But it's just at some point somebody came up with a new version of an old, meaning really ancient, weapon. And like I said, subterfuge might have been the reason. You can see that the glove actually provides like a broad striking surface, right? It's going to be hard to miss. And it's heavy. See how big that looks? Because it really is absolutely stuffed with sand. And I have no doubt that it could get the job done, even with just sand in it, no metal. It was heavier than I expected when it came in, and it's not an extra large glove either. It's just amazing how much it could expand in all directions to accommodate that. So it's a pretty crude job there. It's tied off, but this would be the last thing you would see before wondering why someone was swinging their gloved hand at you before waking up a little while later. There's a closer look at where it's tied. And you wouldn't open this and close it regularly. It was meant to be cinched and left that way. But like with all sand clubs, one of the advantages here is that you could open it up, dispose of its contents, and now just be holding a very innocent object, an empty glove. So there's probably about how I'd grip it, is use the last few fingers for the tail and then grab the body a little bit more. And it's heavy. See that? I had to secure the phone, like I said. And it just looks crazy, doesn't it? And it is. But back to subterfuge, I think that's the main idea here is you see this sticking out of a sleeve, it's going to look like a normal hand, maybe a little bit inflamed if you take a good look, but you're actually holding a sap and you're ready to strike. Seems to me a mugger would particularly enjoy that application, right? You're walking down the street, your weapon is in your hand, but nobody can tell. You find your mark, walk up behind him, and make your move. So actually seems pretty devious. A lot more clever than it might seem at first, right? It just seems like such a crude implement when you first take a look at it. But this is a cleverly disguised sand club, and that's a weapon that's been used to knock people out for absolutely centuries. It can also be easily discarded if necessary, right? I mean, you invested in one glove and some sand. I mean, you didn't even have to use metal shot or anything. So if you have to get rid of it, it's no big deal. And in fact, it's going to look pretty innocuous in looking in a trash can or just laying around on the street in the dark in some bushes or something. So you can see that sand that's just spilling all over the place. And this is the most fun part here. Sorry for the blank screen, but we get to do a demo. And here we go. It's kind of creepy looking, isn't it? But there you go. Just imagine that down on somebody's side as they walk down the street on a cold, wintry night in like, oh, I don't know, 1940s New York or something, and it would not call any attention to itself. Speaking of which, somebody needs to put that in a movie. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think that'd be really cool. And it's kind of film noir, neo-noir movie. It'd be great. And, this one here, again, is filled with sand, but imagine if you filled this up with lead shot or something, steel shot, potentially be deadly. It just happens to be filled with sand, but basically a glove stuffed with whatever makes a sap. There's a YouTube video online with a guy using a work glove and 2 rolls of nickels to break a brick just quite easily. And I don't mean the kind of brick that you see broken in martial arts circles. I used to do that all the time back in my karate days. I'm talking about a red masonry brick, so that's really impressive. Lastly, I just want to bring back my original sand club from my collection and show you how similar these are, right? Again, you can see it's just really the same weapon, but in disguise. And if this one here in the foreground is worth carrying around as a weapon, then the glove certainly is as well. And in fact, I did find one truly documented, confirmed case of somebody getting knocked out for hours with a glove filled with sand. It was a sailor who concocted that up on the ship, used it on somebody he had a problem with, and it definitely worked. And that is it for the glove sap.